Hey everybody, welcome back to Andyland. It's your girl Andy, and today we are doing this holiday soft glam. We're gonna call it that because it's a holiday and it's a soft glam look. So if you would like to see how I got this look, be sure you're subscribed and keep watching. As always, we are starting with primers. First up is the Huda Beauty Matte Perfection Primer. It feels kind of like a serum, so I love just the way it feels, and it keeps my face matte because y'all know I'm a oily girl. And next up, we have the Fenty Beauty True Matte Primer. That kind of feels more like a moisturizer. And last but not least, the Milk Hydrogrip. Y'all know I love this stuff. And if y'all see somebody moving in the back, that's Krista. Just, yeah. For brows, we're going to start with the Fenty Beauty Wax Stick. I could not find my NYX brow glue, and this is definitely a close second to that. Just running through your brows. And then I'm going to spray my face with the Milk Hydro Setting Spray just to lock in on my primers. And then set, as always, with the Maybelline Fit Me powder in the shade Deep 35. To fill in my brows, I'm going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dipbrow Pomade in chocolate. I'm just going to try and fill in my brows as best I can. The lady who waxed my brows, I don't know, something a little off there, but we gonna try and fix it and put it together. So I'm just gonna fill them in and brush them out. To clean up my brows, I'm using the Makeup Revolution concealer in the shade C13. Just gonna clean these brows up, buff that concealer in right quick, and these brows gonna be browning, you know what I'm saying? I'm taking the same concealer and I'm spot concealing. My skin's been doing terrible, y'all, and it's my fault, but I have some dark spots all over, so I'm just gonna cover those up and buff those in with that same brush I used to buff in my eyebrow concealer, and hopefully we can get this face together. So I finally went out and got my shade in the Milani Conceal and Perfect foundation. I'm using the shade Warm Sand. I was just super excited to try it out because I loved it in my drugstore video. If you haven't seen it, I'm gonna link it up in the corner. So I blended that in, and I was really impressed with the match. Like, y'all see that? But for some reason, I just wasn't feeling the coverage. Like, I just wasn't feeling like the finish of it. Maybe it was because I mixed it before with my Maybelline, but after I put it all over my face, I was not feeling it. So I had to go back in and fix it. Y'all, I was actually about to cry because my face, it just wasn't giving what it was supposed to give. And the fact that I was supposed to do my eyeshadow first, but I had a lot of people in my house and they was distracting me. So this is why I had to do a voiceover, but look, I was not feeling it. So to fix it, I'm going in with my Nars foundation in the shade Macao. And I just kind of put that on top and around and mix it in. And the finish was much better. Maybe I just need to mix my Milani foundation in order for me to get the finish I want. I'm going to try it again, though. Maybe it was just, maybe I'll try with a sponge. Maybe it just wasn't my day, And then I'm going to go over everything with a sponge. This is a damp sponge from e.l.f. Cosmetics just to blend everything together. Make it nice and seamless. If y'all are not new to my channel, y'all know the drill. We spray my face about 50 million times. So I'm spraying it again with the Hydro spray from Milk Cosmetics and then patting that nice and in to make sure my foundation is set, especially since I wasn't 100% happy with the finish. To prime my eyelids, I'm using the Makeup Revolution concealer in the shade C12 and buffing that in all over. I wasn't really sure what I was doing at this point with my eyes, but we figured it out. Y'all saw. So trust the process. To set my eyelids, I'm using the Airspun powder and translucent, and I'm just going to take a fluffy brush and set that concealer in place. For eyeshadow, I'm going to start with the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow palette in Soft Glam, and I'm going to take the shade Rustic and take that with a fluffy brush to my crease and putting it all over. I didn't want a super defined look. I kind of wanted it soft and airy, so just making sure to blend that in, blend out the edges, making sure nothing's super harsh was key. Okay, that's key, blending. The next shade I'm going to take is Cypress Ember. Y'all know I don't know how to say that, but it's the darker brown, and I'm taking that, concentrating it more on my outer V, and then blending it into my crease. The second palette I'm using is the Huda Beauty Topaz Obsessions palette. I'm going in with the darkest brown, and I'm going to define my crease just a tad bit. I wasn't trying to do a cut crease today, but I definitely wanted there to be a little bit of definition because I kind of wanted my eyes to pop a little bit because I wanted such a simple face today. And then to finish off my eyeshadow look, I'm going in with the shade Tempera. It's the white shade, and I'm patting that on the surface of my lid. I'm going to go in again with the shade Rustic to blend out the edges, so it's not super harsh, but I didn't do a cut crease. This is just kind of blending the shadows together and giving me almost like a little ombre effect. And then I'm going to go back in with my sponge and blend my face in because I wasn't supposed to do my face first, but I wanted to make sure my base was still flawless. I'm concealing with the Makeup Revolution concealer in the shade C13, the same shade I used to conceal my brows. I'm going to go in under my eyes with this, cover up any dark spots that might still be peeking through under the foundation. I'll go around my mouth and on my chin. I used my damp sponge to blend in around my mouth, but I've also been liking using a brush lately to blend in my concealer, especially under my eyes. So I'm using a Real Techniques setting brush to blend it in, and I start with the outer edges and then go on into the end and just pressing that in. It just gives a different type of finish. I always go over everything again with the sponge anyway, just to make sure I don't have any brush lines, but the brush has been doing what needs to be done. So, and I'm sorry y'all, these people, I'm not used to doing makeup while people are watching me, and Krista had so many questions, so it was a lot of talking going on in the background. The next concealer I'm using is the Kevyn Aucoin Sensual Skin Enhancer in the shade 11. This stuff is thick, okay? It is thick, and I definitely use too much. I feel like every time I've tried to use this, I always end up using too much. Like, the finish is nice, but then it just, like, it goes awry. So, if you all get this, don't use as much as me. It's a cream concealer, so, like, it moves a lot, so it won't set until you set it, but I definitely put way too much, and I only dipped into the little pot once. So I'm gonna go on top of this with my Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the shade Cookie. And yeah, this was just, I saw this trick on YouTube with Tasha Washa. She did this, and it's supposed to help kind of, I guess, tone down the Kevyn Aucoin Sensual Skin Enhancer and make it, like, hopefully stay where it needs to stay, but it wasn't staying where it needed to stay, so that was pointless. And then I'm using my Juvia Place foundation stick in the shade Katsina to contour, and then we're gonna blend it all out. Okay, we're gonna blend it out and get his face some dimension. All right, so I feel like I probably should have used a sponge because it was a cream product, because y'all see how the concealer is just moving and not stopping. So eventually I did go in with my sponges. I ended up using a new sponge too to try to help absorb some of that product off, because look, like I was getting stressed out. Y'all can see it in my face, but I was trying to stay calm, because when you panic, that's when stuff goes really wrong that you can't fix. So I was trying to make sure my under eyes were really smooth, and then trying to tame the outside. So I had to go in with my foundation brush to try to stop the spread of the concealer. It was it was trying to betray me, you know what I'm saying? I sprayed my face again just to try to see if that would help the concealer get a little sticky so it wasn't spreading so much, and then went back in with that brush and my foundation brush and the new sponge, just trying to make sure that I could still save this look and didn't have to start all over, which I ended up saving it, y'all. So panicking crisis averted. It was coming together. Y'all see that glow though? Like the Kevin Aucoin concealer is so beautiful. It's just, you gotta use a really light hand and really not try to be rushing like I was rushing. So I'm gonna set my face with the Maybelline Fit Me powder in the shade Deep 35. I'm gonna press that in, press it, and make sure it's nice and smooth. To set the rest of my face, I'm gonna go in with my Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Foundation powder in the shade 410 in a big fluffy brush, and take that all over, because I really had to tone down that concealer. It was bright, like bright. I'm gonna bake with the Huda Beauty Easy Bake powder in the shade Blondie. I'm gonna snatch up the sides of my nose, a little under my eyes, and then around my mouth and the bridge of my nose. For bronzer, I'm using the Fenty Beauty Sunstalker bronzer in the shade Coco Naughty, and I have a angled brush, and I'm going around the perimeter where I contoured, and then I'm going to take a smaller brush and use it to help define my nose contour a little bit more. Snatch that nose, like she was snitched it. Y'all snatched it. This face looks, and I was so worried in the beginning, like. Now I'm going in with the Laura Mercier powder in the shade Medium Deep, and I'm gonna kind of chisel out my contour just a tad bit. I'm gonna dust this away right away, but y'all don't see me do this very often, but my face, it was just, I needed something. I needed something. So for liner today, I'm going in with the Epic Liner Mix. It's a black liner. I'm gonna make a triangle, fill it in, and then drag it to the front of my lash line. This is how I do my liner, y'all. I try to keep it real simple. Some days be going better than others. This was a good liner day for me, so. For mascara, I'm using the Too Faced Born This Way mascara, and I'm just going to coat my top lashes with this. I'll do my bottom lashes later after I put my lashes on. For blush, I'm using the CoverGirl True Match Blush in Hot Frenzy. Y'all know I love this blush. I haven't been able to put it down since I got it. It's so perfect. Take it on my nose a little bit. You know, bring some color to that face, okay? And then I'm going to dust away my bake with my powder brush. And press and dust, and I'm going to use my foundation brush to help press in any excess powder that might still just be looking a little too ashy for my liking. Sprayed my face yet again, and I'm going to pat that in with my foundation brush, bring that glow right back on into the skin. Up next, I'm going to put on my lashes. I'm using the Velux lashes in the shade Rosa Gold. They so cute. This is the glue. This is the glue from the hair store. It's the super stronghold. Best glue ever. I'm lining my lower lash line with a NYX eye pencil in the shade Black. Not smoking it out, just keeping it cute. To do the inner corner liner, I'm using the Epic Liner by NYX. I accidentally went in with brown and realized and got a little freaked out, but I just went over top of it with the black and we were all good to go. So I try to get y'all as good of an angle as I could, but I had to be in the mirror, so I'll try this again and another time and hopefully get a better angle for y'all. Alright, so I'm lining my lips with the KKW lip liner in the shade Nude 3. I'm going all over Cupid's bow, and I'm gonna define my bottom lip just a little bit to give some dimension. The corners, all over, child, all over. For lipstick, I'm using the NYX Butter Lipstick in the shade Boardwalk. I haven't used this in a while, but it was super cute. You know what I'm saying? She was giving mum, 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 mum. I went over everything with this old Victoria's Secret gloss I found. I should probably throw it away, but I'm like a hoarder. Like I have hoarding tendencies. But this gloss was giving, and I don't know what shade it is because it was all like rubbed off, but it's a Victoria's Secret gloss, like super cute. The final spray, I'm using the Milani Make It Last spray and spraying. I went OD just to spray it. To highlight my nose, I'm going in with the Fenty Beauty Me Money and Huslta Baby. Why can't I talk? Lord Jesus. Using my pinky, and I'm going to highlight just my nose. Now I'm going to take my foundation brush just to mute down that highlighter a little bit so it doesn't look like I just like threw glitter at my nose. You know what I'm saying? But look, your girl is pretty much done. Like this is a look. You know what I'm saying? Get it, girl. Get it. Y'all see this? Y'all see this face? Beautiful. Alright guys, so this is the final look. I hope you like it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye.